Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of the daytime TV shows that we are doing the recaps of is none other than Days of Our Lives. And I've got a lot to say about Days, but before we do that, I do have to say there is so Calvin Harris met some fan, I guess, at one of his shows, and he told the fan that if same-sex marriage was ever legalized in Australia, he would remix "To Become One" by the Spice Girls. And now they're I mean, it is a full-on hardcore media campaign to get him to keep his promise. But you know what? I actually would be down with that. I'd be pretty cool with that. It'd be fine. Like, I can totally even imagine some sick beats and like break. Like, I love that song. Actually, that is one of my favorite ballads, what I used to do. Because I do have kind of a high voice. So I would call into the radio station in Los Angeles, Love Songs on the Coast, KOST 103.5 if you live in LA. Because we don't have Delilah in LA. Everyone talks about, oh, Delilah, but we don't have her in LA. We have Karen Sharp instead, who is fierce. And I could do the rest of this video just like her on Love Songs on the Coast. And I would say that okay, only if you know Passions will you get this, but I would say that my name was Teresa and I wanted to dedicate a song to Ethan. And I would do "To Become One" by the Spice Girls. Yes, I know. Whatever. It was great. It was great. Anywho. So I just want to say that I'm totally down with that. I'm throwing my hat. I would be down with Calvin Harris remixing that song as well. Okay, so yesterday I was talking a little bit about the analytics and how pleasantly surprised I was at my own analytics. I was very, and basically, what's funny is that I'm a little bit of a nerd, a little bit. And that's kind of how I was able to move up the corporate ladder, such that I have. Because in addition to just being the life of the party, I'm also a total nerd and loves digging into the analytics of anything. I love data, which is a little bit weird because, you're either one or the other usually. So by having both of those qualities, I was able to, sort of move my way up. And one of the things that I found out was that, I found out some data. I went onto a site called socialblade.com and I was able to look up some YouTube data about, me. But, I didn't really know what any of it meant. Except that I knew I had more subscribers than I thought I did. That was a very pleasant surprise. I only thought I had like 5 subscribers. I've got quite a bit more than that. So I just want to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed so far. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Okay, so I compared myself to 2 different accounts, okay? Because there aren't any real soap opera accounts that do regular recaps of soap operas on YouTube. Or if there are, I don't know. If there are, tell me in the comments so I can follow them. We can, us soap fans, we got to stick together, right? So the 2 accounts that I looked at were Soap Central and Soap Opera Digest. Now, Soap Opera Digest has a lot more followers than I have. Roughly around 6 times as many followers as me. But if you look, okay, so you're looking at the data and you're looking at like the people that subscribe and stuff, their numbers are slowly going down because they haven't posted anything in, I swear to God, like 7 years. But that's how strong it was that they've got 6 times as many subscribers still today. So, that was it. That's impressive, but they're not holding on to those subscribers. I'm sorry, my nose is running like a faucet. Okay. And Soap Central doesn't have as many subscribers as I do. Or we have roughly the same. Let's put it this way. We have roughly the same. So that was surprising to me. I was very surprised by that. And Soap Opera Digest, they don't make as much money on YouTube as I do. Or at least that's what Social Blade says. I don't make any money on YouTube, to be honest with you. But here's the thing. I didn't really get into this to make money. I got into this because I love the soaps. And I wanted to talk to you all about the soaps. And then I started doing the reality shows too, but only a few of them. The soaps are my main focus. So, anyways, it was a fascinating day, and I was able to find out all about it. But you know, one of the things that I like is the homegrown appeal of this show, and I think that if I don't get me wrong, I would love to throw some more money into it and to have a studio or like a camera. I mean, hello, this is shot on my phone. You know, effects, you know, all kinds of things like that. But, I mean, let's be real. That would take a lot of work. And I don't have time for that because I have to actually put money on the table, put food on the table. So I need money in my pocket. And, you know, I need to focus on my job for that, so I can't really spend too much time on YouTube because of it. So, but they're good goals to have, you know. Anywho, all right, so let's talk about Days of Our Lives. The gays have brought me back. Now, I haven't really gone anywhere because, as you know, Days is one of my favorite shows ever. And you know that with Susan Banks on recently, I was in it to win it. She's not on the show anymore for now, but I'm all about Susan. You know I love me some Susan. Well, now, you know, she's off, and I was like, okay. Oh my God, Sierra. We'll talk about her in a second. Okay, but the gays have brought me back, and here's why. I know I'm going to piss off a lot of people, but I'm not a big fan of Wilson, which is the ship name for Will and Sunny. You already know that I'm not a super big fan of the way that their relationship came about. And I'm not a big fan of them together. So, what about Paulson? I mean, I like them because I like Paul quite a bit. I'm not super big fan of that. But, because what happened was Days of Our Lives today had a poll. They said, who do you want to see move forward? Wilson, Paulson, and then they had the third name, and the third name killed me. Horita. I am dead. Dead. Time of death is 7:36 p.m. I am dying. Okay, Horita, because Will Horton and Paul Narita, Horita, because, you know, Will's kind of a hoe, and Paul used to be a hoe, so they're a little bit of hoes, little hoes, Horita. I'm dying. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it. I am all about it. Even if I didn't like Horita before, which actually I did, but even if I didn't, I'm all about it. Just for the name alone, I am all about Horita. But yeah, so Will is basically coming on to Paul pretty hardcore. And he's not into Sunny at all. So this is where I sort of want to pause, because here's the thing. I don't mind this turn in the story at all. And I especially will not mind it if it leads Sunny into madness. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. I've been dumped. Oh, here's the thing. This is the thing, too. I need to talk about this. Sunny dumped Paul. He dumped him. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If I was Paul, I would be fucking pissed. I would not be, you know, crying about it. I would be fucking furious. Because here's the deal. So, Sunny and Paul were dating years ago when Paul was playing baseball. And Paul didn't want to come out of the closet, so Sunny and him ended up breaking up because Sunny didn't want to live his life as someone's dirty little secret or whatever. And I understand that, actually, because it does take a lot to be with someone who's in the closet and doesn't look like they're ever going to come out. So fast forward, Sunny and Will are all together, and Sunny, and then Paul comes to town. First of all, I love that all the ladies were hitting on Paul because they didn't know he was gay, especially Teresa. She was killing me. She was hilarious. Anywho, I remember that he told her that the Japanese don't really say you're welcome, but the way you would say it would be do itashimashite. And he said that to me actually in real life, Christopher Sean, who plays Paul. And not the whole thing about the Japanese, but he said do itashimashite to me. And it reminded me of that scene. I don't know why I'm mentioning that, but yeah, it reminded me of that scene. Anywho, so Paul's back, and Will meets with him as in a reporting capacity as a reporter for Sonic's magazine, and he gets Paul to come out of the closet by sleeping with Paul while he's married to Sunny. Okay, it was a dick move. It was. I feel for Sunny in that because no one likes getting cheated on. And Paul didn't know. He didn't even know that Will was married, let alone the fact that Will is married to his ex-boyfriend, Paul. I mean, to his ex-boyfriend, Sunny. So he finds out and then he immediately steps away, starts dating other people, lets Sunny and Will be. But then Will, of course, gets killed by Ben Weston, and Sunny and Paul end up getting back together. Okay. Yeah, but now that Will's back, even though Will wants nothing to do with Sunny, Sunny broke up with Paul. Poor Paul. You know what, Paul? This is what I have to say to you. In terms of Will Horton, fuck him. Just fuck him, girl. I'm telling you, get it. Get some of that. Because let me tell you, if Sunny doesn't want, first of all, Sunny's an idiot. So if Sunny doesn't want to get with you, then you can get with Will and make it great. I'm telling you. Okay, so I would not mind. Now I've been dumped before, but that would put Paul into madness. Well, I guess if Will is rejecting Sunny. Right? So Will's rejecting Sunny, and Sunny made a big mistake by dumping Paul, and and Victor dumps him as the CEO of Kyriakis, or of Titan, because he's kind of an idiot. Then his life is slowly falling apart. And then if he were to sort of lose, his mind just a little bit, that would make him a little bit more interesting. I'm sorry. I think Sunny's kind of boring. I mean, anyway, I'm a big fan of Horita. Horita. I'm dying. I love that. I just can't. Okay, Horita. All right. Finally, I just want to talk a little bit about Sierra. Oh, my God. Here's the thing. The new girl who plays Sierra, she's very pretty. She's a good actress. But the material that she's given is the absolute worst. It is the worst. It's like trying to put sugar on shit. It is still shit, right? So, of course, Sierra comes back and she's got a really bad attitude and she's pissed off at Claire and Claire's. And what's hilarious, though, is that Claire, I got to give it up to Claire because Claire has had some good reads in this. Because she told, for example, Sierra was like, it's your fault that Theo got shot because he would be with me if he had read my letter. I mean, how fucking narcissistic do you have to be to think that he would be with you if he had read your letter? If he knew how you felt, he'd be with you. You don't know that. He'd probably want to be with Claire anyways. So, anyways, Claire, so she goes to see, so Sierra goes to see Theo in the hospital, and Claire's in there, and Claire's like, and they start arguing, because Claire's like, I work all the time, so I kind of want to spend some time with my boyfriend, and Sierra's like, I just got into town, and she's like, you know what, I'm not going to argue with you, but here's the thing, can you stop being such a bitch in front of him, because he can tell. I was like, 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 Yes, honey. Tell her. Yeah, I'm over Sierra. She's annoying as hell. I can't. Oh, and I hate my mom. She's a despot. No, she doesn't. A despot. A despot. I'm going to leave that there. Okay, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. I did go a little long, but I want to say thank you for watching. You can feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You know, I'm going to actually look into my Twitter analytics. I'm going to see how much of a reach I have on Twitter. And you can also hashtag days to talk days of our lives. Or you can also, you know what, hashtag HoRita too, because if you like HoRita like I do, hashtag HoRita. I'm all about HoRita. Okay, and you can also hashtag YR, Tuck Young and the Restless. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel. If I haven't scared everyone away at this point, please feel free to subscribe so you can get my email videos. So you can get my YouTube videos emailed to your email inbox every single day. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for logging on today. This is kind of a weird wave. This with it. Thank you so much for logging on today. Have a great night. Peace out and have a wonderful weekend. Wubba, wubba, wubba.